It'll be camps like these, Jaluzun in the occupied West Bank, that will be affected most by the US decision to cut a refugee funding to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, otherwise known as UNRWA. There isn't a household here that doesn't rely on UNRWA, whether it's health, education or waste collection. 15,000 refugees live here.
It would be a big problem without UNRWA. If the agency wasn't here for just 2 days, you'll see trash piling up. We rely on UNRWA.
In places like Gaza, residents fear they will be left destitute because of the US decision. The Israeli siege of Gaza already creates acute shortages of food, electricity and other essentials, as well as causing high unemployment and infrastructure to crumble.
I say he should have mercy on the people and the little ones. My husband is in prison. I can't buy wheat.
In Lebanon, Syria, Jordan and elsewhere, 5 million Palestinian refugees rely on UNRWA. The agency has a deficit and says this new cut further harms its operations.
We are going to be working relentlessly to extend the donor base, to find other donors to come in to fill this gap, because our sincere hope is that we will be able to maintain services to some of the most marginal and fragile communities, vulnerable people in the Middle East. We hope that regional security, regional stability will not be threatened, but that has to remain a risk in light of the US reduction.
Politically, the Palestinians say the US is no longer a partner for peace.
This UNRWA issue, it does harden the political thinking of the Palestinian leadership, and it shows that we are correct. It shows that our reading of the political track of where President Trump and his administration, where they come from to this issue, it proves us correct every day because of Jerusalem, because of the UNRWA.
US President Donald Trump has already caused controversy internationally with the announcement that the US Embassy will move from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, and that's angered Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas.
The sins of Donald Trump, when he wrongly claimed that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, is a challenge to millions of Muslims and Christians. This is favoritism for the sake of the Israeli occupation, for the Israeli crimes, for the Israeli attacks on our Palestinian people. This means that the US has chosen to violate international law. How can we trust this administration? How can we trust this superpower? We will never trust them again. We will never accept them as mediators between us and the Israelis.
The US cut to funding has cemented the feeling here that the US is now part of the problem and has picked the Israeli side. The US President Donald Trump said he was looking for the deal of the century between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Well, Palestinians say that that deal is now history. Imran Khan, Al Jazeera, Jaluzun refugee camp in the occupied West Bank.